You ready? Tell me what song this is with Jason 4's title. That is called Retail Apocalypse Worsens. Payless Shoes Bites the Dust. I almost don't want to giggle and laugh, but that was out my own little parody there, if you like that or completely hated it. So a month ago, Payless will reportedly close 1,000 stores as it edges closer to bankruptcy. But we're not going bankrupt. We're just going to close 1,000 stores. Didn't Radio Shack kind of do that too? And how many other countless retail outlets? The retail apocalypse is gaining strength. So I'm starting off with this from February 15th. A month and 7 days or so ago. Speculation that Payless Shoes Source Inc. is on the verge of bankruptcy is heating up yet again. The debt-straddled retailer is in talks with its lenders over a restructuring plan that includes closing approximately 1,000 stores. Those with knowledge of the matter reportedly told Bloomberg this week. This is from footwearnews.com, by the way. Payless may consider filing for bankruptcy if it's unable to reach a deal with the creditors, the source told Bloomberg. And a decision whether to restructure in or out of court may be reached as soon as this month. This news follows a series of decisions by Payless over the past few months that seemed consistent with a retailer on the path of bankruptcy. Hang on one second. Consistent with a retailer on the path to bankruptcy, you don't say. Payless Shoe Stores was a Walking Dead man, just like Sears is, JCPenney, Radio Shack, again, numerous other ones. Retail apocalypse is what we're calling this. In January, the company announced that it had laid off 165 employees, or 2% of its total associate base, while several of Payless's major vendor partners came forward to tell Footwear News exclusively that the retailer had fallen months behind on its bills with the respective firms. That revelation came just days after Reuters reported that the Topeka, Kansas-based firm has been meeting with debt restructuring attorneys to address its approximately $665 million in debt. You know what? Payless, why don't you ask, what's that kid's name? 26-year-old, now a multi-billionaire Snapchat CEO? Completely useless application we keep talking about. Maybe he can lend you $665 million at a real low interest rate. He's got the dollar. I mean, he just went public, and now his company's worth, well, wait a minute, it's been crashing down. But that's okay. He's still a billionaire. He could have cashed. He can cash out. He'll get his money. Anyways, Payless Shoe Source. I didn't know it was Shoe Source as their actual business. Payless Shoe Source regularly reviews its organizational structure to ensure that we continue to meet the needs of our business, our customers, our community, and our associates. You missed one. The people you owe money to. The needs of our business, our customers, our community, and our associates. And what about the people you owe money to? Nope. Okay. A company spokesperson told FN, which is Footwear News, via an email statement in January following the layoffs. While today has been a difficult one for the Payless team, we believe these are the right decisions for the company to be successful in a dramatically evolving retail landscape. No. Rewrite time, Jason 4 style. While today has been a difficult one for the Payless team, well, we believe these are the right decisions for the company to be successful in a dramatically evolving retail apocalypse. End quote. Footwear News exclusively revealed in September Payless's plans to close between 350 and 500 of its 4,400 stores within the next 3 years. At the time, Payless CEO Paul Jones said the company's resolve to shutter several hundred doors was a proactive one, Not an issue, though. We're just going to shut some of the less performing stores, We reached out to Payless today for an update on whether the number of planned store closures has changed and for a confirmation of the restructuring plan, but have not received a response. Again, this is back in a month ago, February. Payless' challenge come on at a time when brick-and-mortar retailers are struggling with high real estate costs, intense pressure from e-commerce, and consumer shifts toward experimental spending. Meanwhile, the rise of off-price retailers such as DSW Inc. and TJX Companies Inc., owner of the TJ Maxx and Marshalls chains, has taken away significant market share from the firm. Last year, mall staples, Pacific Sunwear of California Inc., PacSun, and Aeropostale Inc. filed for Chapter 11 in a bid to address their mounting debt. While both would emerge from the process and move forward with their operations, sporting goods stores, the Sport Authority, Sport Chalet, and City Sports were also casualties of the bankruptcy process. After 16 years of publicly traded firm, Payless went private in 2012 under the ownership of private equity firm Blum Capital Partners and Golden Gate Capital. The retailer sells several private label brands, including Champion, Fione, Airwalk, and American Eagle. What? American Eagle? You guys sell Silver Eagles there? Oh, the shoe. Damn. Maybe if you sold Silver Eagles, you wouldn't be in that mess. But in all seriousness, again, the retail apocalypse. That's what this is about. And I got a question for you. As more retail, as I said, rising real estate costs, which translates to rental fees. We're renting the space in this mall, strip mall, whatever, and it's killing us because of real estate prices. Because again, the higher real estate prices go, the higher rent you can get. So again, I got a question for everybody. As the retail apocalypse continues and storefronts for lease, for rent start to come back into the picture again, they're going to turn that into entire building here for sale, entire strip mall for sale, old giant mall for sale, which does what? Real estate prices come down. Again, when you flood the market with something, prices come down. See paper silver contracts for that example. Flood the market, up, price comes down. Real estate, flood the market with home sales, or houses for sale, market prices come down. So, speaking of Bloomberg, they have another article here as of yesterday. Okay, Payless is said to be filing for bankruptcy as soon as next week. Oh, I thought it was just a rumor. We're restructuring. Right. They all say that. This is the equivalent of the government telling you the Trump, what do they call it? The Trump market rally, whatever. It's fine. It's going to go well. Everything's good. We just had a week of like every day bad numbers. And then not today, but yesterday, which for you guys 2 days ago, Dow Jones was down 237 points. Nothing happened. But what's going on? Again, Federal Reserve, we're data dependent. There's a lot of noise. There's noise in the data. Pardon me, you moron. Would you speak English? You're an Ivy League college grad, aren't you? You're the head of the Fed, Miss Yellen, and Ben Bernanke before her. Would you mind removing your face and mouth from your rear end and saying that again? Because I could have swore I just heard you say there's a lot of noise in the data, which suggests that the data you're getting might not be as good as you think it is because of the noise in the data. So if we're going to raise rates, we're raising it based off of the data, but the data is surrounded by noise. So if the data is surrounded by noise, why are you raising rates? That should tell me that you're unsure. You're not really sure what you're going to be doing. Therefore, you might want to leave rates low. But wait a minute, we're killing the pensioners. And we need the big retail apocalypse to finish. We need the real estate market to crash. We need the stock market to come down. So we're going to raise rates. Okay. Bloomberg. Payless Inc., the struggling discount shoe chain, is preparing to file for bankruptcy as soon as next week, according to people familiar with the matter. The company is initially planning to close 400 to 500 stores as it reorganizes operations, said the people who asked not to be identified, because of the deliberations aren't public. Payless had originally looked to shutter as many as 1,000 locations, and the number may still be in flux, according to one of the people. Payless's bankruptcy would add to a tumultuous year in retail, with several bankruptcies and hundreds of store closings, even at companies that aren't distressed. The industry is racing to try to adapt to more online purchasing and a shift away from mall shopping. Payless was bought by private equity firm Golden Gate Capital and Blum Capital Partners in 2012 as part of the breakup of publicly traded Collective Brands, Inc. The company, founded in 1956 in Topeka, Kansas, employs almost 22,000 people, according to its website. It has more than 4,000 stores in 30 countries. Well, for now. About to be 500 to 1,000 less here shortly. Payless did not immediately respond to a request for comment. What? A quick look surprised or what? I mean, what are we supposed to do with that? Again, I told myself, do video. Retail apocalypse worsens. Payless shoes bites the dust. Speaking of shoes, bought a new pair of shoes today. You know, I still have a little bit of this foot issue I've been telling you about for a few years. And ever since, actually the first major story in Mexico, and then the second one I had most recently, which was last November. Like if this is my toe, this is where they kind of cut in like this. And right here, next to this, like the pinky toe, is where one of the biggest scars is. So I think what's happening is that scar tissue is rubbing up against the like tendon and stuff in there. So it's always got, it's not the pains before, the nerve's been removed, the cyst is gone, that's good. But this other issue is kind of there now, where it's like just kind of always sore. So anyways, I went to the Good Feet store first. My friend at work, Frank, you know Frank. Oh, my buddy Tony works there. He had a pair of these little shoe inserts in his car. Hard, I couldn't hardly move them at all. So in mine, I've got these junky, $15 buy them at Walmart, inserts. And the point is, you want something kind of in the ball of your foot, that in the shoe insert, that is like a little bit of a hill, so that when you step, you're stepping here. Therefore, the pressure here and even over here is a lot less. So I'm like, I think I need to maybe look into that. Well, he happens to have some of those in his car. Frank, what are you doing with that? So, my foot was going to bother me, for a while, and yada yada. So well, you're not using them. Can I put them in my shoe like today for the rest of the day and go for a walk around the building here? I'll try to get a little bit of exercise for a few minutes during the day. Yeah, no problem. Man, that feels pretty good. Man, I kind of like, I need to get some of these. Oh, go to the Good Feet store. My buddy Tony works there. He says they try to put you in this 3-step system. Here's one for like, you got flip-flops. Here's that one. Here's one for if you're at work. Here's one for like if you're jogging. He's like, but I just wanted the hard one. That's all I need, just one. What did that cost you? It was about $200. Come again? $200 for a shoe insert? 2 of them? Yeah. But I thought, well, if it works though, it's $200. I'll pay it. You know why? Because my subscribers watching my videos, painfully sitting through those ads, painfully, who tell themselves, I'm doing this for Joe. I hate these ads, but I'm doing this for Joe because I love them. They would pay for this, technically speaking, indirectly through YouTube. Thank you very much. And even if it didn't, it's your feet, you're in pain, fork over $200 if you need to. So I go over there, find one. Yep, that's good. Okay. He's trying to sell me on the 3-step process. Listen, Tony, I just want the one hard one in the middle. $390. Tony, how much are these? Just this one set? $390. $390 for 2 inserts. One for each foot. Almost $200 a piece. Oh yeah. Frank didn't tell? I guess Frank didn't tell you the cost or anything before you came. Well, actually, he did. He said it should be around $200. Oh no, yeah, these are $390. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Tony. I'm not spending $390 for 2 inserts. I just can't do that. Okay, well, if you change your mind, come back. I've got your information and what you need. Okay, I'll do that. J step 4, I'm going to go over to the Happy Feet store. Or is it Happy Foot? Whatever it is. Got some inserts very similar to the other ones that this guy just showed me. How much are those? $59. Okay. Can I show you a shoe, though? The shoe, it's a walking shoe. It's very comfortable. I have some Asics that are nice. I've always had them. I always get those because they work good. And you know what? Yeah, why not? For $59. I mean, you got shoes here. I see stuff on the wall, $99, so it probably isn't too far fetched. I can get out of here for 100. Well, call it somewhere under $200 or so. Okay. She brings them out. Put the new inserts in there too, because I already tested on my shoes. Walking around, man, these are quite comfortable. I kind of like this. They don't, bend as much down here by your toes, which is good for my foot. So, excuse me, how much what does it cost on all this? Well, those are $59, and these are actually $129 for the shoes. No problem. I'm gonna keep these shoes on my feet now. I'm not even gonna take them off. Go ahead, let's ring this up. No problem. Tax and all, it was $203, something like that. $390 for inserts. What are some of these people smoking? That's not even smoking hopium. That's smoking dopium. Bozo-ium. Okay? Shoe inserts. And these are not even custom orthotics. Like you go to an orthopedic doctor or whatever, and they like take a mold of your foot. We're going to ship this out. We'll get special. That should cost $400. Not a off-the-shelf thing from the Good Foot store. Are you kidding me? Whoa. So anyways, just want to share that little story with you. A little bonus at the end, all right? Take care.